So the beta just ended for Guild Wars 2 Path of Fire, and I wanted to share some of my thoughts about it. Now the beta wasn't very long, it was just a weekend and we only got access to a small portion of one of the maps. As for myself, I've been playing Guild Wars 2 since its release. I actually pre-ordered Heart of Thorns also, and in comparison to previous beta weekends, this one was very short, as I said before. One thing I'm pretty excited about is the Crystal Desert. Now, I didn't play the original Guild Wars, but I really like the new landscape compared to the Heart of Thorns zones. One problem I had with the Maguma jungle was that some of the areas were really convoluted and hard to access and kind of navigate. One such map I hated was Tangled Depths. I thought it was really hard to find all the masteries and stuff, just because there was so many branches and stuff, because it was a very vertical map and it was kind of hard to navigate. Also, it was very dark, and oftentimes there were a lot of mobs that just aggro you no matter where you went, so you never had a time to just kind of stop and look at the map and kind of gauge where you're at. Now, in terms of mounts, I really liked it. We only got access to the Raptor mount, but it was a really fun kind of experience. I really liked how, in comparison with other MMOs, Guild Wars 2 has you instantly cast the mount animation. I know in other games you have to do a channel, and that kind of takes away from it sometimes. I feel like it's a lot better this way. It's more seamless. You can go from mounted to unmounted really quickly, and I really thought that was a good feature. Another feature I enjoyed was the bounty feature, where you could just take a bounty and try to go out in the wild and kill a certain creature. However, one of the problems I encountered with this bounty event is that you kind of need people to do it. If you do it by yourself, it is soloable, but it just takes a really long time, and it's kind of hard to deal with. Other things I liked was actually our zone. Amnoon was a really cool city. I think it's actually a really interesting one and an interesting zone. It's a fun place to chill in. There's a lot of things to do in the area, and it's the landscape is very different from Central Tyria. As for the treasure chest thing that they did, I thought it was cool. I liked how you could just explore and find these little kind of rewards for just exploring. And I liked how they changed the way that we get loot. Now we get these kind of unidentified items where we can choose to salvage it, or we can just keep it in this huge stack. One of my problems with Heart of Thorns was that, well, it's not really a problem, it's kind of a complaint I have. It's when I did the Arc Basin event, the Octovine event a lot, you would get a lot of loot, but they would quickly pile up in your inventory and you didn't know what to do with it. And what eventually would happen is I'd be salvaging it midway through the event, but then a lot of times it would give me sigils and stuff that would also take up bag room, so it was kind of a mess in that sense. So this new feature that Arenanet implemented is really nice, and I hope that it can change the way we deal with loot in the future. That way we're not constantly carrying salvage packs or whatever. We do have another beta weekend this coming weekend, and I'm pretty excited about that. One gripe I had with the previous beta weekend was that we didn't get to try out the elite specs in PvE. I thought a lot of them were really interesting. The ones I wanted to try out were Mirage and Soul Beast, because I really like playing Ranger and Mesmer. But it's okay, we get to use them in PvP, which I play a lot of, and I really do. I think I would really enjoy that aspect of it. Anyways, those are kind of my thoughts about this whole beta weekend as a whole. I try to do this all in one take, but yeah, thanks for watching, guys.